Hi, Janina Guzman-Scavin. Regarding the Fall Festival, I have not worked at the Fall Festival in any of the years that they were working on it. But I do think that historically, if you look at the Seafood Festival, they started very small at the state park. And it kept growing and growing until it reached the momentum that it has right now. If you look at the sandcastles, it started without any budget at all. And it started with the gentleman in the back going to the chamber and being denied the funds, and then, you know, the precinct decided to support it, and now it's a very important event in the tune of $60,000 or something dollars. So what I want to put on the table today is that it might not be at this point what everybody would like it to be, but I think that it is premature to throw away the effort and the momentum and the publicity and the marketing and everything that has occurred until now. I think more people could get involved, and I do think that the goal of extending the season is still a goal that's pretty much in front of everybody. I'd like to see the pull from here or there to cease to exist, and to think about the beach as a unified community. That's our goal here, to make the Hampton Beach, Hampton, and the Village District the best that it can be. I do think that it is premature to throw it away. I would call on people to get more involved, to make it what they'd like it to see, instead of saying, you know, what we see is not good enough. And I think if people work a little bit more and volunteer a little bit more, I think it could become like the big events that we actually have that started with very, very little success. That's all I have to say.
Jane, if I may, as far as this polling business goes, that I'm not even going to address that. My issue is this. I have volunteered. I have been there at every fall festival, every day from the beginning to the end. And I realize that we want to extend the season, but I have gone to all of the businesses, and we can't seem to get them to get involved in this fall festival. That's a problem. If the idea of this is to indeed extend our season, we need our people to become involved in it, and it's not happening. Plus, we don't have a venue, which is a whole other issue. But if we had a venue, how are we going to get the businesses to get involved? That's my concern. Well, if it's to extend our season.
I think I heard something about cooperation with the chamber. I mean, I also think that instead of the question being, let's get rid of it, let's ask why they're not getting involved. I mean, what
I can answer that. I did ask.
Okay.
And a lot of the issue, these people tell me that by the time they get after the Seafood Fest, they are done, and they want to close up, and they want to be finished. So who are we extending the season for if they don't want to play? That's my question.
Well, I think that's a huge question to ask, because the whole conversation is that we want to extend the season. So, you know, it has nothing to do with the Fall Festival, right? I mean, it is right now, but it's a major question. Are we really thinking that Hampton Beach can be year-round? I mean, that's the bigger question. And if the bigger question is, the other question is, are events what's going to make Hampton Beach year-round? And that's another question that needs to be answered. But like I said, I have not worked on the Fall Festival, so I do not know all the ins and outs of it. But I do know that it's been an effort that has brought together people that actually live here, that work it. The businesses maybe don't want to get involved right now. I haven't talked to them. But it is the bigger question, is eliminating something just because the businesses don't want to get involved the answer? I mean, when the chamber did not want to get involved with sandcastles, it wasn't eliminated. Sandcastles had no budget. nobody wanted to do anything, and now everybody is happy that there's a $60,000 plus budget for it. So the question has more to do with the value of an event, the major question of, do we want an extension of the season? Is an event the way to get there? And how this can be better or not better? I mean, there are people willing to do it. I don't know if the chamber is cooperating, if they're really working together. But I do think that, from what I've heard, it was a worthwhile effort. And I just want to put it out there.
Thank you. Can I say one thing on that? As far as the businesses in late October there, I see on my own part of location on the beach here, if the weather is great, we have businesses that close right up after Labor Day that will all of a sudden reappear and reopen again. It all depends on the weather, but I know that we had quite a few restaurants get involved with this. That's a start. We'd like to see more, maybe a couple more hotels, but again, these people aren't going to jump on board until they see us really getting something together. Something really put together right, and I think you will see a lot of these businesses decide that they would like to open. But again, we have to have something a little more than what we have right now to get their interest. We got fireworks, that's a great thing. We got the little shopping that goes on during the day. No, that's okay, that's fine too. But if we keep adding and put a little more into this, I think we'll have a lot of businesses participate. Again, if the weather's good. We get a nor'easter, then it's going to look like December. But it's certainly a beautiful time of the year. We have the opportunity. Let's keep going with it.
Is there a... I'm willing to do that. I'm willing to vote for it. However, how many years do we do it till we decide? I'd like to ask Jock if I could... How many years did it take for the Seafood Fest to become the success it is?
Well, as Anita stated, the first year, as we all know, Glenn was certainly involved. The first year was a day, one day. It just evolves through the course of the years. You know, we add on, as we all know. And obviously, it's much bigger, I think, anybody anticipated.
Yeah.
At this stage.
The other thing is you have a full-time operation for the
Absolutely.
the Seafood Festival.
Absolutely.
We don't have. We're looking for volunteers to try to put this together. They work on this 362 days a year to have the other days to having the event.
That's correct.
And
But how many volunteers do you have?
640. Not counting Rotary, which is 300. Not counting Rotary, which is 310. And speaking in terms of events, and one thing the Chamber has is we talked about getting sponsors and so forth. We have the visitor's guide, we have the calendar of events, we have the tidings book that we're producing now, and then we do the Seafood Festival book. All those are advertisements that go through the Chamber. The Chamber was never involved. The Chamber was never said no regarding the sand sculpture. The sand sculpture initially went through us with Rock Pool initially when we were going to do Portrait. Correct me if I'm wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. The Chamber did not pass out. Quite frankly, we went to the precinct at that time based upon the fact that they would have the interest for the obvious reasons, but that's where the dollars come from. The Chamber gets its dollars from dues and membership, which obviously it reaches a point of no return because you reach a saturation point.